Kakadosh Boker or Mishna Yomi Masechet Eduyot Perek Daled chapter 4 Mishnah 8 and 9 Mishnah Chet and Tet. Mishnah Chet, it says as follows: Bet Shammai matirim et atzarot laachim. Bet Shammai come and they permit co-wives of an adva to the brothers, because they rule that a brother that may perform yibum with their zerva's co-wife. Therefore, even if he's only living brother, she may not marry others without chalitza, because he permitted them. Bet Hillel osrim, but Bet Hillel come and they say that they forbid the co-wives to the brother, and if he's the only living brother, they are free to marry even without chalitza. Basically, what happens is if a person dies without a children, there's a mitzvah vibum, correct? Or a chalitza. Now, although a brother's former wife is usually considered an adva, the Torah makes an exception and permits marrying the sister-in-law, meaning the person can never marry a sister-in-law. But it's a special heter that if the guy dies without the children, the brother can marry her. However, if the widow is also an adva in another way, so for example, it's his daughter, so then there's no exception made. The brother is not allowed to marry her, and she's going to be free to marry without chalitza. So he says, if, however, there's at least one brother to whom she can marry, then the brother has to perform yibum or chalitza, but it's on that brother. So that's what we're talking about now. Chalzu. What happens if one of the co-wives did chalitza? Bet Shammai pulsim min hakeuna. Bet Shammai say that this is already enough to disqualify that co-wife from marrying a kohen. Because remember, a kohen cannot marry a grusha v'chalutza. He cannot marry anyone. So now here, technically, maybe she didn't even need to do chalitza. But the fact that she did do chalitza, boom, she's prohibited. Bet Hillel machshirin. Bet Hillel come and they say that she's going to be eligible to marry a kohen. Nityabmu. If one of the co-wives was taken by Yibum, Bet Shammai machshirin. Bet Shammai says that she's eligible to marry a kohen because Yibum completely permits a kohen. Bet Hillel say that it's going to disqualify for her to marry to a kohen. Now, even though Bet Hillel disqualify and Bet Shammai consider them eligible, he says, Lo ninu Bet Shammai nashim Bet Hillel, meaning that they still got married within each other. Meaning, even though they disagreed with each other in halacha, Bet Shammai and Bet Hillel still have people marrying within each other. They still have shidduchim between them. Okay? וכל הטהרות והטמאות שהרי אלו מתארים ומטמאים, לא נמנעו להיות עושים טהרות אלו על גבי אלו. And the same halacha would apply to טומאה וטהרה. Even though they disagreed to do it tumah v'tara, this impure, this is pure, they still used to do everything together. Meaning Bet Shammai and Bet Hillel, they argued, but they still had love between them. So it wasn't that, no, I kind of, no. They argued, but they had the respect between them. That was Mishnah Chet. Mishnah Tet. Shlosha Achim, there are three brothers. Shnai mehem nesuim, shtei achiyot. Two of them are married to two sisters. So two brothers, two sisters, and you have another brother married to somebody else. Echad mufne, one of them is not married at all. Met echad min balei achayot. So one of the husbands of one of the sisters died. The asaba mufne ma'amad. So the unmarried brother does a ma'amad. Ma'amad, if you remember, was like a kiddushin to this brother, to this sister-in-law. And then afterwards, the other brother died, also childless. Bet Shammai says, Ishto imo, the ma'amad wife, right, of the unmarried brother, remains with him. The other one is going to go out because of a chot isha, meaning, the second that he got married to one of the sisters, he cannot get married to the other sister because they're two sisters. So besides being sister-in-laws, they're also sisters. So the second that he got married to one of those sisters and he did ma'amar, so now the other sister goes scot-free because she cannot do ibum, he cannot do anything to her. But he has to divorce his wife with a get and chalitza, and he has to get rid of her also with chalitza. So Bet Hillel hold that the ma'amar is considered only a partial marriage. So since it's only a partial marriage, it's not strong enough to prevent that now she's prohibited to him. Meaning, if he 100% got married to that sister, it's his wife. There's nothing what to do anymore. But since it was only a partial marriage, because it was a ma'amar, so therefore now he cannot do yibum to either or. He cannot do anything to anybody. So then he has to divorce her. So he has to do get for chalitza to one and chalitza to the other. This is what we said, ilo al ishto, woe, like oilo, like woe to him for his wife, and woe to him for the wife's sister, because he cannot get married either or. He got stuck with nobody because he didn't do it properly, right, the first time around.